In a remote and impoverished village, a woman named Asura gave birth to a child. Across distant lands, powerful magicians sensed the arrival of a remarkable being. Asura's husband, Balder, bestowed the name Sinbad upon the newborn son, recognizing the child's extraordinary aura. Sinbad was born in the Prithia Empire, which was embroiled in war. Although all able-bodied men had been summoned to the battlefield, Balder, a renowned war veteran, chose not to fight. Despite receiving lucrative offers, he declined, preferring instead a quiet life fishing alongside his son. One day, while at sea, Balder and Sinbad were caught in a violent storm. Suddenly, Sinbad urged his father to steer in a specific direction, leading them to safety. This event made Balder realize that his son was special, possibly destined to guide the nation away from evil and greed. 2 years later, a man named Darius, fleeing from soldiers, leaped into a river to escape capture. By this time, Sinbad, now 5 years old, was enjoying a humble life with his father. However, the villagers began accusing Balder of being a traitor, as the ongoing war against Rain was not faring well. They attacked Balder for not contributing to the war effort, leaving Sinbad frustrated and resentful of the villagers' treatment of his once heroic father. That night, Balder's family discovered the injured Darius. Although Asura remained wary of him, Balder offered Darius shelter while he recovered. During his stay, Darius regaled Sinbad with fascinating tales from around the world. However, their peace was shattered when aggressive soldiers, searching for a spy, arrived in the village and attempted to drive Asura away. In response, Darius killed the intruders, but, fearing discovery, took Sinbad hostage and revealed himself as a spy from the rival Rain Empire. Demanding food and a boat, he refused to release Sinbad, despite Balder's pleas. Forced to act, Balder killed Darius in a single blow. As he lay dying, Darius told Sinbad he had enjoyed sharing his stories with him. Afterward, Balder was arrested and forced to fight on the front lines for harboring a spy. As the villagers berated Balder and threatened Sinbad, Balder warned them against laying hands on his son. To demonstrate the grim reality of war, he revealed his own scarred and amputated leg, shocking everyone. Before leaving, he asked Sinbad to care for his mother, and Sinbad began to understand both his father's inner strength and hidden pain. Later, Balder was reported killed in battle. His body never recovered. Only his sword and a small pouch were sent home. 9 years passed, and at age 14, Sinbad had grown into a strong young man. One day, he protected a merchant family from robbers and met a traveler named Yunon. Bringing Yunon to his village, Sinbad introduced him to the residents. At home, Asura was gravely ill, and she lamented that Sinbad's promise kept him tied to the village, stifling his great potential. She asked Yunon to look after Sinbad if anything happened to her. Not long after, 𝐴ᴤ, a commander, arrived to punish Sinbad for refusing to join the army and gave him 3 days to enlist. The region's next military campaign would target a tower believed to conceal powerful magic, a place where over 10,000 had perished in pursuit of its secrets. Sinbad criticized his country's growing evil, prompting Yunon to encourage him to become king and bring about positive change. Before his departure, Asura gave Sinbad his father's sword. Meanwhile, 𝐴ᴤ received orders from Princess Serene, the first princess of Barthivia, to fight bravely for the tower. Though 𝐴ᴤ harbored feelings for the princess, she was already promised to another. On the day of the siege, while 𝐴ᴤ and his army attacked the tower, Sinbad entered alone. Yunon warned him that once inside, he could not turn back. Inside the strange, perilous tower, Sinbad encountered bizarre creatures and saved 𝐴ᴤ multiple times. They ultimately confronted the Dragon King and used strategy and teamwork to overcome it, obtaining 2 green spheres that unlocked the path forward. After surviving various dangers that showcased Sinbad's leadership and skill, the group came upon a mansion containing a magical lamp. Sinbad summoned a blue genie named Bal, who promised to serve whoever won a duel between Sinbad and 𝐴ᴤ. Both fought valiantly, Sinbad for his people and 𝐴ᴤ for his beloved princess. Sinbad emerged victorious, earning Bal's blessing and the power of lightning. Bal transported them outside where soldiers demanded Sinbad relinquish the tower's treasures. Ready to face them, Sinbad was interrupted by Yunon, who taught him to control Baal's power. Yunon then transported Sinbad back to his village. Upon his return, Sinbad was scolded by the villagers for his prolonged absence and for neglecting his ill mother. Tragically, he saw his mother for the last time before she passed away. Sinbad's conquest of the tower brought him national fame as the conqueror of the tower. The rumors of his exploits spread. Soon after, Sinbad met Princess Serene. Following a brief clash, he captured her and set her adrift in a barrel at sea, much to her embarrassment. Suddenly, dungeons began to emerge all over the world, and people sought to conquer them. Sinbad left Barthivia, embarking on a new adventure to change the world for the better. In a coastal town, a warrior named 𝐼ᴇʟᴜ was struggling to defeat a sea monster. Sinbad appeared and dispatched the creature with a single lightning strike. Elsewhere, Draugr was assigned the elite assassin force, 𝐴ᴛᴏᴜ, and tasked with hunting Sinbad. During a meal with 𝐼ᴇʟᴜ and his sister 𝐒ᴑᴜ, Sinbad inadvertently claimed credit for defeating the sea monster, causing some friction. Later, Sinbad apologized for overshadowing 𝐼ᴇʟᴜ and joined their village in celebrating 𝐼ᴇʟᴜ's achievement. There, Sinbad identified the appearance of another dungeon, warning the villagers of its danger and showing his magical sword as proof. That night, the leader of the 𝐴ᴛᴏᴜ assassins, Jafar, attempted to kill Sinbad but was overpowered and captured. Jafar confessed to having killed his own parents and believed himself irredeemable. He later escaped with the other assassins. Determined to prove his worth, 𝐼ᴇʟᴜ ventured into the dungeon, followed by Sinbad and the others, including Draugr and the 𝐴ᴛᴏᴜ assassins. Inside, the group faced many dangers. Sinbad encouraged cooperation to overcome challenges, revealing his dream of creating a peaceful kingdom where all humans could coexist. Amidst magical butterflies, the group grew loyal to Sinbad. Suddenly, the assassins, affected by a potion, fused into a monstrous creature. Sinbad wished to save them, but was forced to confront the beast. Valifor, the genie of the dungeon, instructed them to destroy the monster's core, freeing the 3 humans trapped inside. During the battle, Sinbad lost his magical sword to the sorcerer Falin, who was revealed to be collaborating with General Barbarossa, Draugr's brother. Working together, 𝐼ᴇʟᴜ used his clan's great harpoon to defeat the monster, freeing the trapped individuals. Falin attempted to return Jafar into a monster, but Sinbad intervened, helping Jafar reconcile his inner struggles and return to himself. Impressed by Sinbad's leadership, Valifor pledged his power to him, and the group was teleported outside with the dungeon's treasures. Draugr resolved to return to Barthivia and protect Princess Serene. 𝐼ᴇʟᴜ declared his intention to follow Sinbad and later married Ramarû, a princess from his kingdom. Sinbad became an official merchant of their kingdom, with Ramarû joining him in his adventures. Ramarû, a strict teacher, educated Sinbad and Jafar in various subjects. The group eventually arrived in the prosperous Rain Empire, which required permission from the Merchants' Union to trade. When Sinbad and his friends were outmaneuvered by a clever merchant named Harun, Sinbad accepted his loss as a valuable lesson. Impressed by Sinbad's character, Harun, who revealed himself to be King Rashid of Balbad, the world's second largest economy, offered Sinbad guidance in business and suggested raising funds through theater performances. Sinbad's magical storytelling and displays of his powers attracted large crowds, soon enabling him to establish the Sindria Trading Company. King Rashid mentored Sinbad and inspired him to aim higher. On a trading mission to the devout Sasan kingdom, Sinbad and his companions encountered the Assassinites, sacred protectors of the faith, led by Darius Leucus. Tensions rose when Darius' son, Prince Mistras, expressed a desire to explore the world rather than inherit the mantle of Assassin Knight. Sinbad agreed to help Mistras escape if he would accept responsibility and formally resign. Mistras faced a trial for his freedom, defeating all the Assassinites except his father. In a near-fatal duel, Sinbad intervened, challenging King Darius with the power of Baal and demonstrating the prospect of shifting the power balance through the capture of dungeons. Sinbad urged Darius to join him in creating a peaceful world. In response, Darius announced Sinbad as an ally and apologized to Mistras for isolating him. Next, the group ventured into the matriarchal Altamira kingdom, ruled by the formidable Queen Mira, who distrusted men. She initially refused to speak with them, seized Sinbad's sword, and stripped the group of their possessions. After a series of trials in the wilderness, surviving on snakes, and navigating the kingdom's unique system for distributing meat and precious gems, Sinbad managed to recover his belongings and challenge the queen in battle. Both unleashed their respective genie powers, but ultimately, Sinbad triumphed by exploiting Valifor's unique ability to slow time. Queen Mira, recognizing his strength, formed an alliance with the Sindria Trading Company and shared with Sinbad the secret of the Magi, legendary sorcerers destined to select future kings. Sinbad began to suspect Yunon was one of these legendary Magi. Finally, with the Sindria Trading Company flourishing, Sinbad addressed his companions, expressing his vision of a nation built on unity and peace. He reflected on how a mysterious force seemed to have brought them together for a greater purpose, and sensed that a new era was about to begin, as powerful figures from around the world were making their own moves to shape the future.